Hi, I'm Steve, this is Alice, and today we're going to work on some plantar fasciitis movements. Alice has already started. We're doing what's called ABCs, is you're just doing the alphabet with your foot. You'll do it with both feet, and this exercise warms up all the muscles in your feet. Plantar fasciitis is sort of it's a fascia, but it's basically tendonitis in your feet. It's very painful. If you do these exercises all the time, and you have plantar fasciitis, it gets better, but the best thing to do is to do them all the time in general, and then you'll get plantar fasciitis. I do this before, on days when I'm running a lot. I always do this in the morning before I get out of bed. Sometimes I don't do it, but it's a kind of a good practice to do in general, especially when you're acute and your feet are hurting, because that first step onto the ground, especially when you have a tendonitis like plantar fasciitis, that's the toughest step of the day for you. So this is kind of a warm-up exercise, and I like to do it before I get out of bed, but if your feet are hurting and you have plantar fasciitis, you can do this anytime during the day. Now we'll get into the exercises. We have two. First exercise is called ins and outs. Now this exercise is, you can use a ball or something here, but you want to keep your knees separated, so that's why Alice is using your fists. I find that a little easier because your fists are always with you. What she's doing is she's rotating as far as she can to the outside of her foot and as far as she can to the inside of your foot, keeping the knees spaced. And she'll start getting pumped here in a sec. And this is, you should be able to do 50 of these. You want to benchmark. When you can do 50 of these and not get really pumped in your feet and your lower leg, you're pretty strong and you can do these exercises infrequently. I do them every week or two just to make sure. And if I don't do them for a while, then I've got to do them every other day or so until I get my strength back up. So that's what you're after, is that 50 is the magic number. So the next exercise is called a towel crunch. And you can use any kind of towel, but it's, you take your toes and you roll the towel up. And then once it's rolled up, you kind of push it out. So it doesn't look too pretty here because we're on a sticky surface. You're better off doing this on like a tile surface. If you do it on a tile surface, it's the towel rolls easy. You want to move over and show them a better surface? Okay. This isn't a tile surface. This is also a sticky surface, but it's less sticky than that. And if you can see, Alice is, well, more easily crunching it up. And again, what we're after here is a foot manipulation. You want your feet to move a lot, and you want your feet to work in different directions. Thus the unscientific towel there that forces you to do all sorts of, both in when you're pulling and pushing. When you're trying to push it out, it's even harder to push it out. Again, if you can do 5 of these, like bring the towel in, push it out about 5 times, that's plenty for the workout.
Probably easier if you're sitting. Right?
It's easier if you're sitting than you're standing. You're actually working another muscle that we're going to get to in a different video in a second. So I think we're good.